So I remember one time, right? I was like, we was living at the other house, the two-story house, right? Before we went to Kissimmee, right? And we had to clean like the top part of the roof, right? And we was cleaning it, right? And I guess I was like the only one who was like really like working, right? Of cleaning it and taking off like the dirt and the leaves and stuff off the top of the roof, right? So I was doing it, right? And my mom was like, you're like the smallest one to get up the ladder and clean the top part of the roof with taking off the leaves and stuff. And I was like, is that safe? Because on the bottom of like the roof is like the tree branches and like the roots of like the tree. So that is on the floor, and if I fall off the roof, right? Remember, keep in mind, it's a two-story like home, right? So if I fall off, I'm definitely gonna get crippled or I will be dead, right? So I was like, whatever. So I went up on the ladder, and the ladder was shaky. My siblings was shaking as well, because they're weird like that, right? So they was holding the ladder, and I was climbing up on the roof, right? And I was climbing up, and I was sitting on the roof, right, taking off the leaves and the dirt off like the roof, right, because it looked disgusting when it had like the leaves and all these little branches and stuff on the roof, right. So we was doing that, and I was taking it off one by one, and keep in mind it was raining the day before, right. So it was slippery, and it had leaves. So slippery, and it had like leaves. It was making me slip, right? And I was cleaning it, and I was on one side, right? And I was telling my siblings, since I'm on the roof, record me, right? I guess, I don't know if they record me or took a picture of me. I can't remember, but I remember one time this lady or these people was like riding in her car, right? And she was like, she ride in her car, right? And she was like watching me like taking off the leaves and like cleaning up the roof, right? And I was like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you watching me? It was kind of crazy because I was kept slipping, and it was totally hard to like keep my balance. And it was funny because I was standing up on the roof, and I was like making like different kind of poses, for the camera, right? Because my sister was taking pictures at the time, right? And I went to the top part, and I almost slipped. Like, I almost fell, but I caught myself, right? So when I caught myself, I was like, I'm not gonna like continue like playing around on this roof, right? This lady, she was like watching me just like trying to clean up the dirt off the roof, right? The leaves, the little branches and everything, right? So I was doing that, and I try to go to like the opposite side, right? Because the house is like it have a dip before you get to the higher part, right? So I was trying to go up there, but then I was like, I can't because I'll hurt myself even more, you know. And it was like a dip, so I couldn't like go on there and not fall, right? So I was still cleaning up the thing there. And finally I finished clean like the roof, right? And now it is spotless, right? It's a kind of little how about it have a little bit of mold on it, but I was like scrubbing it. And as I was throwing down the leaves, my sister was putting it in the bag. My sister and brother was putting in the leaves, right? My sister and brother was putting it into the bag, right? As I was throwing it off the roof, right? So they put it in a pile, right? And I'm thinking, can I jump and land on the bag with the leaves on it and won't die, right? So I was trying to do that, but then I was like, what if I don't stick the landing and I just fall off? So I was finished with the roof, right? So now I'm going off of the roof and going on like the ladder, right? So I'm putting one foot before the other, right? And my siblings is not even watching the ladder or holding the ladder, so it's like swabbing, right? It's like moving, right? And I'm putting my foot on it, and it was swinging, right? So I was like, oh my god, like when y'all gotta hold it. Apparently they hold it, and I was coming down. Even when they was holding it, it still felt like wobbly, right? So I got down, and we was like sweeping like the driveway, right? And I was like, why was that lady was like recording me on the roof, you know? She can't be doing that, right? But anywho, she was doing that, and I was like, that's so crazy, you know, because my mom just happened to came in my room and was like, we're gonna clean the roof, right? So I was like, okay, you know. I was like, how the hell am I gonna clean the roof? The roof is highly big, you know, like very tall, you know. It's a 2-story, right? If you fall off of that, you dead, right? So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do that, right? And that happened. We was like sweeping like the driveway and cleaning up the dirt and the leaves and branches and everything, right? And that's how I almost fall off the roof, but not really because we was cleaning it and cleaning the driveway as well. Liking and subscribe, turn your notifications, and I'll see you later. Bye.